Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Auralia. I'm super excited to have you here. Today's video is going to be 10 fashion mistakes to avoid at work. This is coming mostly from a casual work environment. However, I will touch on more formal business environments as well in the video. As a fashion and beauty lover and also being over the age of 50, my channel is all about giving you fashion, style, and career tips for the working woman over 50. I post new videos on Sundays and Thursdays, so make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. Let's go ahead and get started with today's video. Me personally, I work in a casual work environment. I do not have a strict dress code that I need to follow. My first tip, don't wear distressed jeans. Actually, don't wear distressed anything. When you are in a corporate environment, even if it is a casual work environment, do not wear jeans with rips, holes, distressing, any of that. I would even go so far as to say avoid jeans that have like exaggerated whiskering. It doesn't convey a very professional look. Even though you may be in a casual work environment, to me that just says weekend. It doesn't say business. If you are in a casual or business casual environment, jeans are okay. Just make sure they are a dark wash. There's no distressing. They fit really well. They're not like super tight. They just are a really nice slim or straight leg jean. You look very polished and very pulled together because it's a nice dark wash with no distressing. You'll look like you are in charge. Don't wear flip-flops or thong sandals to the office. Even though you're in a casual work environment, you are in a work environment. You're not at the beach, you're not at the gym, you're not in a weekend type situation. It does convey a perception of who you are. I avoid sandals altogether, to be honest, at the office. I do not wear sandals at all. If I'm going to wear something open-toed, I usually go for something like this. It is an open-toe sling back shoe, and it doesn't have to be a heel. It can be a flat as well. It still is casual. It's still kind of like wearing a sandal, but it's not a sandal. And you'll look well pulled together. You'll look really good. Otherwise, you'll come across as being too casual. You'll come across as being maybe too laid back. And when it comes to the competency at work, even though you might be one of the hardest workers in the office, you may not give off that perception. And those types of things really matter when you're trying to advance at work, or when you're trying to convey a certain image, or you're trying to give a certain perception of being a leader, being in charge, knowing what you're talking about. So keep that in mind next time you want to wear some sandals to work. In a formal corporate environment, wearing leggings is absolutely not acceptable. They will probably pull you aside and ask you to adjust your dress code. However, in a casual work environment where you think it might be okay to wear leggings, you might want to give it some thought and just make sure that the leggings that you're wearing do not look too casual. Make sure that you're not showing your butt. Make sure that you're not showing too much of your front. And by all means, do not wear athleisure at work. It's called athleisure for a reason. Unless you work at a gym or physical therapy studio or something like that, athleisure does not belong at work. So make sure that if you're wearing leggings, it's very stylish. You've got yourself covered up. You're wearing a long tunic top with boots or something like that. I'm absolutely not saying that leggings are unacceptable. It's just you have to make sure you keep in mind how you're styling your leggings, so that way you're not showing too much and you're not, giving off the wrong vibe. Minimize cleavage, or do not wear shirts that go really low cut. Now, the shirt that I'm wearing today, I wore to work, and it's kind of pushing the limit a little bit. And I would say that this is probably the max that you could go. Do not wear anything that is too revealing. You don't want to have that at the office. You don't want to appear inappropriate. Leave it for date night, leave it for the weekends, leave it for after work. It's just going to be the wrong message that you're sending across. Totally understand that you want to be stylish, you want to be fashionable, you want to maximize what you have, and you want to look your best, but you need to keep it within certain limits. Err on the side of being more conservative, and if you can see cleavage, don't wear it to work. The same holds true for my next one, and that is wearing bodycon clothing. I touched on it with the leggings. Same holds true for shirts, dresses, skirts. You don't want to have something that is so tight, you know, something that you might wear out on a date or out at the club. You want to make sure that the dresses and the clothing that you wear skim the body. You don't want it to be super, super tight, because again, you're going to be giving off the wrong perception. You're going to be giving off the wrong image. It's just a little bit too sexy for the office. You want your peers, the people that report to you, your leadership teams, you want them to respect you. And it's really, really hard to respect somebody when they're conveying an image of over sexuality. That's not to say that you have to go loose and baggy. If you're going to be wearing something that's a little bit more form-fitting, that's fine. Just make sure that the fabric skims the body. You don't want it to cling to the body. Another thing to keep in mind about dresses and skirts in general is you do not want to wear them too short. I would say, you know, a lot of workplaces have a badge. I would say that anything that is shorter than a badge length is probably too short. So you want to make sure that the skirts that you wear are a little bit longer. I don't want to say that you want to completely cover up your body, but you know, skimming the knee is just fine. You know, the top of the knee, that's perfect. Me personally, I prefer wearing skirts that are just a little bit longer, but that's only because I don't like my knees. But if you have nice legs, then yes, by all means, don't cover them up. Make sure that whatever skirt you're wearing though is not too short on the thigh. This one is one that I have to be careful of because I love makeup. And sometimes, you know, I have kind of pushed it a little bit, and usually I save that for Fridays, but you don't want to wear a lot of makeup. When it comes to makeup, less is more at the office. You want to make sure that you don't look overly done, because again, people are going to question, what is she doing? You know, if you're wearing makeup that is too heavy, too glittery, too party-like. Like I said, I've worn glitter at work, but I always save it for Fridays, and I don't do it as much anymore. And I used to even be like, maybe I shouldn't do this, but I was exploring ColourPop, and you know, I love glitter. Just keep it closer to the weekend, okay? Don't wear too much makeup. If anything, go with all mattes. Mattes you can never go wrong with. You can even do a smoky eye with a matte eyeshadow and it won't feel like it's too over the top if that's your thing. Just make sure again that you follow certain rules, that you go subtle. I would certainly say do not do a bold eye and a bold lip, because that's a lot coming at you. For a party or at the club or for date night, that might be fine. But at the office, you don't want them to focus on your makeup. You want them to focus on you and what you're bringing to the table. Now, this one is something that I see a lot in my casual work environment. As a matter of fact, I've been guilty of it myself, and that is wearing sneakers, like trainers, like, you know, gym shoes. I used to wear them all the time, and it's accepted, you know, there, but you know, in these last couple of years I've been all like, you know what, I think I need to be more polished. Even if I'm being casual, I should polish up a little bit, and I stopped wearing sneakers to work. I do sometimes on like Fridays when I feel like it's okay to be more casual. I wear something like this. It's more like a Van or, you know, a slip-on of sorts, and it's got, you know, sparkles. I love these shoes. I actually get a lot of compliments on these shoes. They're dressier than a sneaker. In a formal corporate work environment, you kind of have to wear pumps. But in a casual or business casual environment, I usually wear something like this, you know, a nice bootie that covers my foot, and it doesn't have too much of a heel, although heels are fine at the office. And it's very stylish. It looks really good, you know, with like when you cuff up your jeans or anything like that, you know, you get to show off your ankle a little bit, acceptable amounts of skin being shown here, and it is just as comfortable as a sneaker. So this is something that I would suggest that you do instead of wearing sneakers. Avoid big, chunky jewelry unless it's a statement necklace and that's all you're doing, especially in a formal work environment. You want to make sure that you keep the jewelry down in scale. When it comes to jewelry and makeup, less is more. So you want to make sure that the jewelry you're wearing is balanced. You want to make sure that it is a good scale. And if you do want to do something that's very statement, that's okay. Just make sure that if you've got a statement necklace, you're not wearing big chunky earrings. If you've got big chunky earrings, that you're not wearing any big necklaces. I would say that earrings are kind of a gray area. You can go a little too far with your earrings, I think, but just judge based on the environment that you're in. That is an area I think that you can kind of get away with a little bit more. This one, I think it applies no matter what day of the week it is. And what I'm talking about is no statement t-shirts. Nobody really cares what you have to say on your t-shirt. It detracts from you. It could say the wrong message. You never know who you might offend with your statement t-shirt. So it's better to play it safe and just avoid wearing those at the office altogether. I love a statement tee. I wear them on Saturdays and Sundays and after hours all the time, but I will never wear a statement tee at work. I've even had a boss who told one of my colleagues that they needed to change their statement tee. It was a very benign statement tee, and you know, she pulled him aside and told him, please don't wear that again at the office. There's certain decorum that you have to follow. Statement tees are they're just out of place in an office. Even if your office allows for it, I wouldn't do it again, just because you never know, you might offend someone and you want to avoid that situation at all costs. All right, everybody, those are my 10 fashion mistakes to avoid at work. Let me know if you have any other fashion no's that you've seen at work that maybe other people might want to know about in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Also, again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and that way you don't miss any of my content. That is all that I have for you today. I will see you in my next upload. Bye.